get stuck on the most in contracts is really trying to be very comprehensive and addressing all the potential contingencies which could affect their meeting. So that's everything from a force majeure provision to construction and renovation to change in management company of the property. So these are clauses which planners work hard and want to make sure they address all the contingencies. And of course, by addressing the contingencies, the hope is that we won't have to use those contingency clauses. But those are the ones that are often the most challenging for groups to negotiate with hotels.
And I agree with Barbara. I think what happens is meeting planners get burned on something at one point, and they try to draft a clause that addresses that, but unfortunately it doesn't always address the concern or the issue that they have. They tend to have sweeping clauses that say if whatever this is comes up, that they get to cancel without paying anything to the hotel. And what that's really doing is putting more risk on the hotel that the hotel isn't really willing to accept. Especially in force majeure clauses, we see them getting longer and longer to give groups the opportunity to get out of a contract for things that wouldn't really be a force majeure under the law, and that's putting more and more risk on the hotel. So the better answer is to work with the hotel to craft things that are narrow and that address both sides' needs and concerns so that you can get to something where both sides are sharing the risk appropriately.
I agree, and I think planners need to understand that often it isn't that it has to be their particular language, for example, their particular construction and renovation language. It just has to be one that addresses the issues. So being able to go to the property and say, I'm concerned about this ongoing construction during my meeting, how it'll impact my function space, etc., and being able to articulate that so that the parties could collaborate on a clause which would really address those issues in a way that both the planner's comfortable and the hotel's comfortable.